starting the fire there towards the end of the season?
I mean, just getting those couple of starts at the end, getting that good experience. I mean, bringing it into this year, there's some good things coming.
What was, I guess, the most challenging part of that? Just learning the new position and getting used to a different side of the ball?
Just getting adjusted, just kind of knowing like tendencies and growing into the position itself. I mean, just coming from playing quarterback in high school to playing defensive back, I mean, that'll be a hard transition, but I mean, I just kept my head down, worked at it, and now we're here.
What was the best advice you got along the way? Coach or an older player? Anybody?
I say from Stephen Montauk, like I really put a lot of my trust into him, and he helped me out as far as progression goes. And just him, everyone's been there. Like you got to start somewhere, and the sky's the limit, really. So.
What was that experience like, kind of getting thrown in the way you were? Did you expect it as the season kind of went on? What was that experience like?
I hadn't necessarily expected it, but I always prepared as if like my number would get called for every game. So when it did, I just went out there and did what I had to do, what I could do.
What kind of challenge was that? Like just drinking up all the information that you need as a college safety with very little safety experience before that.
Say that one more time, please.
What was the experience like, kind of having to absorb all that information as a college safety, having played so little safety before that?
I mean, just playing quarterback before, you just always had to be keen and on your playbook. So it kind of went by my weekly installs, just learning, meeting with crayons, meeting with tack, like doing extra stuff, helping to get a better understanding for me, and that helped. So.
Was your first experience as a starter, was it harder than you thought, easier than you thought?
No, it wasn't hard. It was just nervous. I was real nervous. I believe Florida game was my first start, so I mean, just the atmosphere and everything, it was a lot to take in. But it was also a lot of focus too. So,
Was there one play when, just on a game day, when you felt like you did it all right, all sort of came together for you, and you're like, I got this, or were you already that way going in?
I felt like I had my nervous moments and I had like some ups and downs and inconsistency, but I feel like about the Akron game, that's when everything kind of came together for me and like the game slowed down.
What have been the biggest focuses on the off season and the biggest kind of aims and goals for you?
For me, it's just developing like team bonding, but also just kind of learn more about the game, learn tendencies and situations and things like that, and also like try to get more turnovers. Like turnovers is a big thing for us this year, so emphasizing that as well.
Did you try to add weight at all in the off season, drop weight, that kind of stuff, or?
Right now I'm just maintaining, like just staying consistent with my weight and everything else. Cause I mean I feel good at where I'm at. They like where I'm at. So.
As a freshman, did you have to sort of be that kind of voice of the defense, kind of running the show, or did Steven kind of help you a lot there, or did they take something off your plate, or?
No, I really just was in his shadow, and everything he was doing, I just started to do, like falling in line, because I mean, he hadn't really showed me anything wrong. So on the field, I just kind of followed suit with him.
And how different do you think the safety position can be this year as compared to last season?
We have a lot more depth, because everyone's healthy and everyone can really play. We all have experience, so just being able to go through that lineup and that depth and everyone know what they're doing, it's a lot more consistency and reliability.
What was the one play where you came off the field and Muschamp just laid into, like when you made a mistake? Was there a moment in particular that stands out that way where you're like, man, I really messed up and I'm going to hear it?
I don't think he really laid into me, but I did bust during the Virginia game. It was a drag route, and I think we had like a corner blitz, and I hadn't really jumped over top where I was hesitant, and he scored that play. I felt like he was upset with me that time, yeah.
But do you think that was just new to the position and still kind of figuring out your ways there, or was it just something that you just should have done?
Their expectation, like I knew, like, and I should be more locked in, and so they just have a high expectation of me. So whenever something like that happens, I'm probably get ripped for it. Yeah.
What's it like playing that position under Muschamp? Because I guess he coaches y'all a good bit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it sort of a higher expectation than maybe the other positions?
It is like a higher expectation, but also just having Coach Muschamp be my coach and knowing the resume and the people that he's also brought up, and then knowing the things, like how much effort and time he's putting into us and me specifically, like it's real good just knowing like Coach Muschamp on your side. So.
Has he talked to you about other guys that he's coached that are sort of similar to you or remind him? Who are those?
With him and T-Rod, the most I hear about the person is Keanu Neal.
Okay. Yeah.
I know his freshman year he hadn't played much. He played special teams, and so as far as that goes, I know I have a lot more experience going into my sophomore year, And they also say like athleticism-wise and a lot more stuff we're similar. And so that's why I get compared to a lot around here. So.
Coach said you were working at nickel some now as well. How much have you sort of rotated in there? Has it been a lot?
I got nickel reps a lot, but also I really feel like the meeting room is what's going to help me most at nickel, just because once I learn what it is, just being able to transition that onto the field, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. So.
How do you like that spot? How do you think maybe the traits that are needed there sort of fit with your characteristics?
I like playing closer to the box anyway. So just being at nickel, I'll be closer down to the box, like more hook flat drops and things like that, but also man to man and doing some things that I do at safety as well. So.
In a perfect world, has Coach talked to you about, hey, we maybe rather you there than safety, or just sort of
just wherever like the puzzle, wherever the pieces fit, that's just where like we'll have our best 5 out there. So.
When you look at JC and Israel and them playing early last year and sort of setting the tone for guys that you came in with, what was it like as you're watching them kind of come along, then as you sort of get to join them in that mix?
Because we all speak about it just like preseason, like coming into it, everyone has dreams and aspirations like of being somewhere, and everyone has a goal. It's just seeing them develop along the way, and then me getting my opportunity to do so, and then we all blossom and like really shining together. It's just something big. Like it's a big part. So.
Do y'all look at it like we're the kind of group that's going to help take this program to where Coach Mustice?
Yeah. We take a lot. Like we take a lot on ourselves. We put a lot on ourselves. So.
Is there anybody else that you feel like that's sort of a part of that kind of nucleus that's trying to do that, or?
Really, us like as an entire defense, like we're really like that. But I know in our defensive back, me, Israel, and JC, we kind of really are like blossoming together and things like that.
I know they're not here yet, but have you gotten to know any of the incoming true freshman guys at DB, like Cam?
Yeah, like Cam, I hang out with Cam just about every weekend. Like he comes and stays with me in my dorm. And Jamie as well. Like Jamie, when he comes on his visits and stuff, typically like I'm around Jamie and things like that too. So yeah, they both gonna be really good players, as well as Shiloh and John. Things like that. So.
What stands out about them so far, just from what you've maybe seen on film or just talking to them about their attitude and stuff like that?
Jamie especially, I feel like Jamie got some dog to him. Like he's shorter and more stocky built, and like he physical, like, and I really like that dog. Like, so I feel like Jamie really gonna come in here and do some stuff for us, as well as Shiloh and everyone else. So.
It's kind of like me and Wes.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good, RJ. How are you?
Good. RJ, Roger.
Nice to meet you. JC and Israel, how much time do they spend together?
All the time. Yeah, they always be together.
How good do you think they can make on the edge?
Great. I put all my trust in them as far as that group playing on the edge.
Why? What makes them that good?
Cause they work ethic. Like we work together in the weight room and stuff. Like I see how hard they work. I know how hard they work, and it's beyond the field. It's off the field. It's behind closed doors. Like it's consistency. So I put all my trust in them. I don't worry about nothing when they are on the edge.
If 100% is sort of the mythical perfection of everything about being a safety, where were you last year?
Like 30.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And what's realistic for you to get to then this year?
Shoot, I'm shooting for 100.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you feel a lot more prepared, you think?
Yes, sir.
Is there an example you can give us about something last year that was tough for you and you didn't understand, and this year it just comes more natural?
I just feel like maybe like motion adjustments and stuff like that. Like now it's just like here, as well as like making plays, thinking about the ball, like keying on the ball and turnovers and stuff like that, like punching at it, doing whatever. Like also that's now become like a part of my game as well. So.
Is it weird for you guys, the young guys, to have to coach up AJ, who's a senior? I mean, how has that interaction worked in the defensive back room?
No, I mean everyone starts somewhere. And AJ is athletically like he through the roof. So as long as he just learning, it's like because it continues to get easier for him, and he'll be making plays too.
You think he can contribute?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes, sir. No problem.
When Swearinger was shouting you out on Twitter for some of your plays, what's that like getting that kind of love on?
Oh, it's great. I mean, just to feel that and know that someone of his caliber is still like showing love and stuff like that. But it also just drives me, like, because I want to be where he's at and I'm not there. So just that constant motivation and going back to that and looking at that is good for me.
Had he interacted with you, or had you met him at all before that stuff started?
Before that, nah. But I feel like I've been texting him and stuff like here and there. He just like shed some light on me about some stuff like for like the future. So.
How good is DJ about giving you guys advice? When you ask for it.
I mean, things that he told me were like pretty vital. Like I'll carry that on like throughout my college career and through my life. So I mean, just anything that anyone older can like shed on you, like you really can take notes on.
Is
that.
his number kind of like common knowledge among all
Yes, sir.
defensive backs?
Have you met him?
I had before last year, but not as of recent. I hadn't seen him recently.
But you all have met
Yes, sir.
around here.
Yes, sir.